Dear Ministers, Head of High Seska, representatives of the Arab women and other organizations, we are pleased to welcome you to the Republic of Azerbaijan. In the modern time of globalization, the impacts of climate change affect not only nature, but also social and economic issues. It makes the situation more difficult for vulnerable social groups such as women and girls. According to data from UN Women, women and girls account for more than 70% of the global population living in poverty. The responsibility for family obligations and domestic duties often falls more heavily on women. As such, the consequences of climate change not only expose women by physical risks, but also reduce the time they have for education and personal development. Extreme events can increase the burden on women, making these responsibilities even more challenging. Research conducted in 45 developing countries shows that 76% of water collection for household use is carried out by women and children. Women and girls spend more hours collecting water for irrigation and domestic needs. The challenges they face related to water in agriculture and household tasks negatively affect their education and reduce their employment opportunities. In the document Azerbaijan 2030, National Priorities for Socio-Economic Development, the Great Return to the Liberated Territories, a clean environment and a green growth country are being implemented through significant efforts and projects focused on the reconstruction of the liberated territories and the development of smart infrastructure. In accordance with Azerbaijan's international commitments and the duties outlined in the country's legislation, the draft National Action Plan on Gender Equality has been prepared. One of the main priority areas of the National Action Plan is considering gender equality in the fight against climate change. Under the priority adaptation plans and programs for climate change will take into account the risks that climate change poses for vulnerable groups such as women and children. Educational activities will be conducted as part of efforts to reduce an inventory. Greenhouse gas emissions. Initiatives promoting gender-responsive approaches in the use of renewable energy sources and energy efficiency to mitigate environmental impacts will be assessed. Problems such as hunger and poverty contribute to an increase in domestic violence, which disproportionately affects women. This fact highlights the urgent need to address the problem in a comprehensive manner. In the Low Emission Development Strategy report for Azerbaijan, conducted by the European Union and the United Nations, sectoral and overall gender perspectives have been analyzed in relation to national policies and programs on national climate change. Addressing global challenges, creating real opportunities for implementing climate change mitigation measures, and overcoming barriers to progress are key objectives in achieving gender equality in Azerbaijan. I call everybody to take on this path of great significance and put their efforts to strengthen gender equality in the fight against climate change.